Hello, Martin.
Goodness, you scared me half to death.
Aren't you cooking today?
No, I suppose not. I have to go, brother.
Aren't you cooking today?
I must relieve Brother Egidio in the refectory, just like yesterday.
In the refectory, you say?
I'm sorry. I have no time at all.
I thought that life at the Abbey was relaxed enough to be able to do without chaos and stress.
It would be if 3 brothers hadn't died in 1 week. And above all, if the Holy Inquisition itself weren't waiting at the door. If you'll allow me, brother, you know where you can find me.
Are you feeling all right?
Yes, Brother Leonardo. Yes.
I'm going to find the killer, Nicholas. The end is near.
They've taken you off the case, Brother Leonardo? Why do you keep going on?
Out of respect for the truth, and because I gave you my word.
But you gave your word to the abbot, and he's the one who has decided to do without your services. Now that the Inquisition's here.
The Inquisition has barely arrived, and is not in any position to solve these murders. What's more, my work during the last few days was not in vain.
You just don't understand, do you?
I do understand that whoever has done all this will have to pay.
Whatever you say, I don't know. As you like.
Do you know who might have something to do with occultism at this abbey?
With what? For God's sake, Brother Leonardo, what are you talking about?
What? Occultism? So you know, don't you?
What am I supposed to know?
That the devil has been lingering at this abbey for quite some time. What did you think caused the death of those 2 brothers, young man? That's not all. We're all going to end up that way. Egidio! Egidio!
What?
When you're finished with that, dig a few more graves. We're all going to die. Tell me, youngster, wouldn't you like to be buried here? There's still space left, huh? There's space aplenty.
I'm off, Nicholas.
Yes, that's quite all right.
Aren't you supposed to be keeping an eye on Clotilde?
Do we know each other? Didn't I see you at the funeral, young man?
What are you doing here?
Praying. I'm praying for the souls of our beloved brothers Marcello and Nicholas.
Umberto and Gottfried, Brother Arcadio. I'm Nicholas.
What?
How is Clotilde?
Clotilde? Who is Clotilde?
He's losing his mind completely.
I heard that. Do you think you're talking to a poor wretch like the ones you used to burying? I'm still alive, and the Lord knows I still serve a useful purpose.
If the Lord is right, then why don't you pick up a shovel and help me?
What?
You didn't hear that, did you?
What?
Can I ask you a few questions?
The youngster has some questions, and Brother Arcadio has some answers. Ask. Ask away.
Do you suspect someone?
Brother Leonardo, Arcadio is not going to tell us anything useful. In the end, I'm sure he's going to confuse you even more than you already are.
I'm not confusing anybody.
Tell me, do you suspect someone?
I don't, but Clotilde does. What's more, we shouldn't talk here, youngster. Walls have ears.
But there's no walls.
Wait for me in the garden. I'll come right away.
Don't listen to him, Brother Leonardo. He's senile.
I'm not senile. I'm older than all of you. I'm the wise man of the Abbey.
All right already.
Do you know about the dark practices going on at the Abbey?
We're monks, young man, not saints. The whole world.
No, I wasn't referring to.
Ah. You mean dark practices, eh?
Yes. Rituals. Pagan ceremonies.
Rituals and pagan ceremonies, eh? This abbey is full of secrets, youngster.
Does that mean yes?
I seem to recall a brother who died a tragic death, and on the third day his body returned to life. Tell me, Sonny, doesn't that seem strange enough to you?
Not if one has read Matthew.
Brother Arcadio, stop! Enough of that!
Quiet, you.
Jesus!
Right. Jesus. That was his name.
There is nothing more for the moment.
I'm going to finish my prayers for poor Nicholas.
Brother, I'm Nicholas!
What's that?
That I'm Nicholas! You must pray for Gottfried and Umberto.
Ah.
Brother?
Hey, young man. Leave the boy in peace. He has a lot of work to do. Don't you know that we had a funeral?
Brother Arcadio, please.
What's going on? What's going on?
Yes.
I'd like to ask you a few questions, Egidio.
I think you've asked too many questions already.
You're burying two of your brothers. Don't you think we need answers for all of this?
The Inquisition has arrived. They'll have answers for anything under the sun.
Yes, even for those obtained by coercion.
What do you mean by that?
That my methods of investigation aren't as brutal as theirs.
No. I didn't see a thing.
But that won't suffice. Not for them, Egidio.
I have nothing to hide.
Arcadio told me that I should wait for him here. I hope he has something important to say. I went to the garden, but you didn't come.
What are you telling me, young man?
You said to me that you were going to tell me about your suspicions in the garden.
Oh? I couldn't have. I don't remember. Suspicions of what?
Relating to the deaths of Gottfried and Umberto.
Oh my God. Have they died? What a tragedy. In that case, I'll stay right here and pray for them.
I really think you ought to come and meet me. If the garden doesn't seem discreet enough for you, I'll see you in my cell.
What? Oh, yes, but don't let yourself be confused by the demon. This abbey is full of demons, and they hear everything we say.
Precisely, Brother Arcadio. Precisely my point. I'm off again, Martin. I see you've finally come.
Yes? I have to protect myself in this cell, don't I? Didn't you know? There's a murderer in the Abbey, and he wants to kill me to get his hands on my treasure.
Ah, I see.
Yes, but he wouldn't dare come in here. I'm safe here. Leave me alone. Out! Get out!
Bruno, we're going out for a moment, and leave Brother Arcadio here alone with his lunacy.
What's going on, Master?
It's obvious that Brother Arcadio is keeping something from us. On the other hand, he might also want to tell us something. We'll see. Bruno, stay near the doorway. It would be better.
Yes, Master.
You've finally come by yourself, Leonardo. I'm glad that you've understood how to interpret my signals correctly.
They were much too clear for a senile mind, that's certain. though I must admit, you've had me confused ever since we met.
I regret that I couldn't be frank with you this afternoon, but I have to be very careful.
Rest easy, brother. No one is going to interrupt us, and I give you my word that nothing you say to me will ever leave these four walls. For my part, it's as if I were hearing confession.
You won't tell your novice either?
I promise not to.
That's good enough for me. You're a righteous, noble man, and you deserve my complete trust. I'm aware that you had problems at court that led to the confrontation with Nazario.
Yes. I'm not looked on particularly well by the Emperor's advisors.
Which is precisely why Nazario's arrival fundamentally changed the situation at the Abbey. I must tell you everything I know.
Please do. Go right ahead.
Perhaps you think it's my destiny at this monastery to be a simple gardener. Then it will certainly come as a surprise to you that
You were supposed to be the abbot.
I was supposed to be the abbot. Hey? What? You knew?
In light of the relationship between the abbot and Segundo, it's not hard to imagine that, as is common practice at many abbeys, whoever holds the post of prior is going to be appointed abbot someday. I overheard a remark from Nicholas that you were once prior here, so the question arises, how did the current abbot obtain his position?
You're intelligent. You wouldn't be surprised if the person you trusted most betrayed you. But I didn't see it coming back then.
The abbot betrayed you?
Andres, that's his name. Although Judas would be more fitting, was my novice. I was responsible for his training and for having him enter this abbey. He's not a bad person at heart, but he comes from a very rich aristocratic family and always placed too much weight on appearances. Can you imagine having a novice like that?
Huh. I think I can vividly imagine what it's like.
His father was very close with the Emperor, so even though the appointments come from the Cardinal, it seems as if the Emperor himself had an interest in appointing him abbot. He, of course, wasn't content with that. No, he had to top it off by having me do a gardener's work.
But you didn't simply resign yourself to that, did you?
I couldn't fathom the whole situation. What interest could the Empire have in something like that? But shortly afterwards, new copyists arrived, young monks from many different countries. It was obvious that everything that was going on revolved around the library. So, I started looking into things here and there.
You didn't sneak into the library, did you?
No, that's impossible. Only the librarian has free access. But I was able to get a look at Andreas' office without being seen. I was trying to find proof that his election to the post as abbot wasn't proper. That dark interests were involved. Something that would incriminate him and taint his aura of sanctity.
Something that would have permitted you to take on the position as abbot.
It wasn't a question of my ambition. It had to do with seeing justice done. There are many dark secrets at this abbey, too many that must be unveiled.